I use 3 tools: the chain nose, the flat nose, and a cutter. Just in case the leather is a little too thick to be inserted in the tube, I use a round nose that I insert in the tube, see, and I just press slightly in order to expand the tube just a notch. So from the tip of the clasp to the first ring, total length 20 inches. I will cut the cord at about 24 inches because you need a little bit more. And I'm cutting 3 pieces. First thing is use one of these 4.5 millimeter diameter large hole bead. It doesn't really matter what type of bead as long as the hole can accommodate 3 strands of 2 millimeter leather. And the reason why, it's to hide the crimp. All right, so I'm taking a 10 by 5 millimeter crimp. I open it just a little bit. I insert the cord, so I wiggle it a little bit so it fits. Fold the crimp. I need the bead to cover that crimp. But first, I just cut the excess cord, and I didn't completely crimp it. I just need first to get the crimp inside the tube. I'm holding the cord here and pushing the tube up. Okay, it works. However, I need to crimp the cord so the cord doesn't come out. So I do this while the tube is on the crimp. I press. Okay, that's good. So it may be a little tricky to press the crimp inside the tube, and this is how I do it. And voila. Now I will attach my 14 millimeter clasp, but not directly to the crimp. I use an 8 millimeter soldered ring right in between. There you go. Twist the jump ring back. Take the other jump ring. Up. Twist back. There you go. I will take my tubes. I use 2 tubes on one strand, 3 on the other, and then 24 beads on the third cord. But first, to make sure the cord inserts easily inside the tube, I cut the tip. I insert the tube. Careful not to scratch the cord by simply pulling the tube like this, and you'll feel the, of the tube against the cord. You don't really want to do this. There you go. And take 24 beads. You can take any beads as long as the hole of the bead is a tad larger than the size of your cord. 2 millimeter in that case. So I just put my 24 beads on the third cord. I'm ready to crimp the other side. Remember to put the other large hole bead, so it's a match. So just to have an idea of where to put the crimp, I take my tape measurement and I measure, well, it'll be 20 inches with the ring. So it's about here. All right, it's okay if you're off. You will be more precise later at the moment of full crimping. Press the cord inside the crimp, but now you're gonna pre-crimp because you want to be able to keep the crimp a little loose so you can move it on the cord. So just like this, not too much. I will attach the extension chain about 1.5 inches. This chain is a 4mm cable silver chain. Open. Put the 8mm ring, the chain, I close. I'm going to attach the 8mm ring to the crimp. All right, and I twist it back in place. There you go. You can leave the chain as is, but it's so much nicer to add a little charm or a dangle. So it gives it a nice little finish at the end. There you go. Now, what we need to do is put the beads in place. It'll be several sets of 3, like this, right? The first set, I really want them to fall right there on the first strand. So they'll be a little close together than the others. Then you can spread the others randomly, it doesn't really matter. All right, so I take the 5mm crimp covers. In this case, I use it as a bead stopper, so the beads are not completely loose on the cord. So, let's do it. I take my cord, all right, and I will just press it right inside, and you will feel or even hear a little click. That means you're right inside the crimp. In order not to cut the cord, make sure the cord is really inserted inside, okay? Now, there's a little trick, but you have to go slowly. You take on each side of the crimp cover, just like this. You're gonna press, but gently, just like this. Looks like the mouth just closed, but it's a little open, just a bit, right? Hold it like this, and I'm gonna press on this side and then on the other. Up, see? Up. And it just closed the mouth, all right? I take 3 beads, I move them here, and I repeat. Like this, move the crimp right here, and again, wrap the cord behind my finger. Make sure the cord is inserted, and I press. There you go. Up, up. And I repeat the process. I'm going to leave about 1 centimeter of space in between. I'm going to do 4 sets of 3, which should cover the first row. So this is a little too wide. I push it here. Did you hear the click? This is what you want to hear. The little click. It means I'm in. And again, up. All right. But be soft and gentle, because otherwise you may just press too hard and flatten the crimp cover, and it won't look nice. You want it to look like a round little bead. I repeat the process 4 times. All right, my first 4 sets are done, and this is the look I was going for. All right. I have another 4 sets of 3, and I'm just going to place them randomly. Now, if you want them to fall perfectly a certain way, well, what you need to do then is wrap the bracelet around your wrist and try to see, oh, okay, I wanted to start here then. All right, so let's do it. But I would just do it just randomly. I'm going to, there you go. And you repeat the process with the rest of the beads. All right, all my beads are in. So this is what it looks like. But I just put the rest randomly, so it'll fall wherever and we'll still see the beads. I'm adjusting the tube, but it's best to adjust them on your wrist. But first, I will measure. Make sure it is 20 inches long. That's it. It's about 20 inches long from the tip of the clasp to the first ring. And technically, it should be a snug, not tight, but snug fit. And if you want a looser fit, then attach anywhere on the chain. The length is good, but do you see how the tube protrudes out? Like it looks like the cord of the tubes are a little too long or something. The tubes are arched, so they take a little bit of the length of the cord. Have this cord a little longer than the two cords holding the tube. So all I do is I find the cord that holds the bead. It's this one, and as you remember, it is pre-crimped. I can move the cord. I don't want to move the whole thing, just that one cord. So what I do is I hold everything here with, and I'm going to pull that cord a bit, just a bit. Oopsie daisy, here you go. Well, gotta put it right back in then. So let's say you don't want it to be too long. All right, that should be about right. Okay, just gonna measure that it's still 20 inches long and I didn't move the cord. Yeah, that's about it. The beaded strand cascades a little bit. All right, so now we are ready to crimp the cord. So I press on both sides. It's still not crimped. I will cut the excess cord at the base. All right. Careful, don't pull on the cord because it's only pre-crimped and the cord may come out of the crimp and that would be unfortunate. So now what I do is I hold the cord like this and I'm going to push the bead up, but I hold the crimp as well. Okay, did you see this? All right, I'm going to make, okay, it's a perfect fit. So I bring the tube down just a bit, but not completely. It still needs to be on the crimp because when I'm going to press, the crimp is going to expand in width. So you want the crimp to still be in the tube. Now I'm pressing, and I turn it around and I'm pressing, okay? But I can't move the bead, of course. So, which is a good sign. It means my cord is really crimped. And I'm just gonna do this. Press it down inside. Voila. A little bit more. You don't want to see the cord protruding. That's why it's very important to cut the cord at the base as much as you can. So it has a clean look. Here you go. The bracelet is finished. Oh, it's a beauty. So here's your bracelet. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give me a like, subscribe, or leave a comment.